And welcome back to another edition of Internet Pastor Television. I am the Internet Pastor, and this is the fifth and final article in a series exposing the self-evident doctrines of atheism. We have covered the doctrines of cannibalism, elitism, defeatism, liberalism, and now naturalism. There have been thousands of comments left on my Internet Ministries articles and video teachings over time, and the doctrines of atheism have emerged and eventually fully exposed themselves as religious articles, cemented within the constitution of the religion. Naturalism is a philosophy. It is embraced by every atheist. Here is how dictionary.com defines naturalism within the context of our discussion. Under the subheading of philosophy, it says, the view of the world that takes account only of natural elements and forces, excluding the supernatural or spiritual. The belief that all phenomena are covered by the laws of science, and that all teleological explanations are therefore without value. There you go. I mean, that's naturalism. Not only does naturalism deny the existence of God, but it also declares the non-existence of any other realm except the natural. Therefore, by embracing the philosophy of naturalism, atheists have come up with several pseudo-qualifiers which have enabled them to be embraced by society. The sub-doctrine of evolution by natural selection is perhaps chief among them. The apologists of atheism use incredibly harsh tactics to put unbelievers in their place. They use their time in indoctrination mills to nurse from the breast of elitism and embrace the illusion of intellectual superiority while ingesting the talking points they will later use on people like me. Here are some examples from atheists who proudly illustrate the doctrine of naturalism. And here's a few examples. Number one, the difference is that one can feel and measure the wind. That measurement can be repeated and verified objectively. Can your God be felt by everyone with the gift to feel? Can your God be objectively measured? Can we all agree on said measurement? Your analogy is as solid as the design of the Hindenburg. Again, they're looking for God to be measured, with the senses and with, from a naturalist perspective. Here's number two. If one has seen no evidence of God, then faith doesn't even enter into the issue. Faith is not employed to support that which is not perceived. Faith is only employed when you willfully reject what your five senses and brain are telling you. So again, it's an appeal to the senses. It's an appeal to naturalism. There is a mountain of physical evidence to support the theory of evolution. Doesn't mean it's a perfectly correct, but tell me, where's the evidence of God's existence? So again, an appeal to naturalism, an appeal to a philosophy. Never mind providing a mountain, just give us a scrap of objective evidence. So again, a denial of any other realm except the natural realm. Okay, so here's another one. Throughout history, most gods have eventually faltered and failed. Even the God of Abraham, conveniently placed outside the universe, eventually must meet the same fate. He is a manifestation, and at times has been a worthy one, but humanity will certainly leave him behind as they have left all others. Is this bad? I don't know, and not knowing is okay with me. So again, saying that all of the deities in the past have been manufactured by the natural mind, and a denial of any other realm but the natural realm. And it's an appeal to a philosophy. And here's the last example, one of several hundred, by the way. Perhaps future generations will find that the tendency to create or worship deities was an important part of the evolution of our species. Wouldn't that be ironic? Again, it's an appeal to the sub-doctrine of evolution, which has not been proven scientifically, but it sounds good within the delusion bubble as an appeal to the philosophy of naturalism. So there you go. As you can see, there is really no attempt to hide this doctrine. It is, as I have previously pointed out, a delusion bubble. It is an existential paradigm separate from reality and is trying desperately to displace reality in spite of the inevitable outcome. As an observer of the human condition, I see how people, when confronted with the notion that there is no other reality than the natural, simply shake their heads in unbelief and walk away disturbed that anyone would believe such nonsense. and yet the ranks are swelling among the atheists. Why? How is this happening? Are they succeeding at displacing reality? Hardly. These apparent victories are signs of the soon return of Jesus Christ to the earth. It is a part of the strong delusion and the great falling away that must happen before his coming. People will mock Christianity and say things like, where is the promise of his coming? And according to Peter, we shouldn't be surprised by any of this. The devil is playing his flute, and people are dancing in his shadow like pigs to the slaughterhouse. So there you go. There's the 5 Doctrines of Atheism. If you haven't seen the other 4, I suggest you go to my channel and search them out. They're all right there. So there you have it. I'll leave the comment section open on all of these. Don't expect much interaction from me, especially if you're going to be rude and ignorant. If you use foul language, you'll be booted out. But the comment sections are wide open. If you want to show me the respect that I deserve, I will be willing to interact with you, and I will keep my observant eye open on the comment sections, and they all get emailed to me anyway. So if you want to have an intelligent discussion, then feel free. If you just want to vent, feel free to do that too, but you should know that your intellectual property, when it's left on my websites and YouTube channels, become mine, and I will exploit them and show the world what the religion of atheism really is all about. So I will never humiliate anyone by mentioning them by name, but your comments will be used for future investigation. So, but thank you for participating, and we will see you again on Internet Pastor Television.